Baylen Dupree flaunts new super straight hair makeover. If there's one thing TikTok star Baylen Dupree knows how to do, it's make a statement, and her latest transformation is turning heads for all the right reasons. Known for her bold personality, authentic energy, and unapologetic realness, Baylen has always stood out in a sea of creators. But this time, she's not going viral for a funny clip or trending sound. She's shaking up social media with a dazzling new hair transformation that has fans doing double takes. Baylen Dupree is officially in her sleek era. Gone are the loose waves and playful curls. Instead, Baylen recently debuted a chic, super straight hairstyle that's redefining her look and bringing out a whole new vibe. With glass-like strands that reflect the light and a shine that could stop traffic, her makeover screams confidence, sophistication, and a whole lot of main character energy. Baylen's transformation isn't just a new look, it's a full-on glow-up. Her super straight hairstyle is more than just flat-ironed hair. It's polished, precise, and deliberate. The kind of straight that doesn't happen by accident. It takes time, technique, and the right products to get this level of sleek. And when Baylen stepped out with her new style, the internet responded with an outpouring of praise. "She's giving runway model now," one fan commented under her reveal video, which racked up over 1 million views within hours. Another wrote, "Not me running to my straightener. Baylen, what are you doing to us?" And honestly, they're not wrong. There's something transformative about switching up your hair. It can shift your whole energy. And for Baylen, this change seems to have unlocked a fiercer, more refined version of herself. So, what inspired the change? While Baylen hasn't shared a deep dive video yet about the decision, sources close to her hint that the makeover came after a moment of reflection and self-care. As someone who has been incredibly open about her personal journey, especially her experiences with Tourette syndrome, Baylen's fans have long admired her for her vulnerability and strength. This new look feels like a visual representation of that strength, smooth, sharp, and entirely in control. One of the most noticeable parts of her new look is how it accentuates her facial features. The clean lines of the hair draw attention to her bright eyes and signature expressions, while the shine adds a glow that's hard to ignore. It's the kind of transformation that doesn't just change how you look, it changes how you feel. And Baylen, she looks like she feels unstoppable. While straight hair might seem like a classic choice, Baylen's take on it feels fresh and elevated. Her version leans into the liquid hair trend that's dominated red carpets and fashion editorials, where the goal is impossibly smooth, glossy strands that fall like silk. Think Kim Kardashian's Met Gala looks or Zendaya's effortlessly sleek hairstyles. Baylen has entered that chat. She pairs the look with minimalist makeup and confident styling choices that let the hair speak for itself. No flashy colors, no heavy accessories, just crisp lines, subtle glam, and a vibe that says, "I know who I am." It's not just a beauty upgrade, it's a mood. As expected, the reveal sent social media into a spiral. The hashtag Baylen Dupree makeover trended for hours on TikTok and X, formerly Twitter, with fans sharing side-by-side comparisons, reaction videos, and even their own straight hair transformations inspired by the star. Baylen's new look has me in a chokehold, one fan joked. Another wrote, "Why does she look like she's about to sign a multi-million-dollar brand deal? This is CEO hair." Even beauty influencers and stylists began commenting on the technique behind her sleek strands, breaking down how to get that Baylen shine with straightening balms, heat protectants, and the right ceramic tools. In short, it's not just a hairstyle, it's a cultural reset. Baylen has always been more than just a creator, she's a force. From sharing her daily life with unfiltered honesty to becoming a source of inspiration for those living with neurological conditions, she's carved out a space that's both empowering and entertaining. Her newest look only solidifies her as someone who isn't afraid to change, grow, and embrace new versions of herself. And that's exactly what makes this transformation so powerful. In an era where authenticity is everything, Baylen's glow-up feels genuine. She didn't ditch her identity, she amplified it. The sleek hair doesn't erase the playful, spontaneous girl her followers fell in love with. Instead, it gives her an edge that feels both new and entirely hers. If there's one thing this hair transformation tells us, it's that Baylen is just getting started. A look this bold feels like a precursor to something big, maybe a new content direction, a brand partnership, or even a dip into fashion and beauty. With her fanbase stronger than ever and her platform growing daily, the possibilities are endless. And fans are already speculating. Some think she's prepping for a red carpet event or launching a collaboration with a beauty brand. Others believe she might be signaling a pivot into more lifestyle content. Think tutorials, product reviews, or even a YouTube channel documenting her glow-up era. Whatever it is, one thing's for sure. Baylen's straight hair moment is a turning point, and people are here for it. Baylen Dupree's super straight hair makeover isn't just a new chapter. It's a bold exclamation point in her evolving story. In a world where trends come and go, Baylen proves that true style is about expression, confidence, and owning every version of yourself. With one simple switch, she's shown that change doesn't mean losing who you are. Sometimes it means stepping more fully into your power, with shine, with grace, and with a whole lot of hair flips. So yes, Baylen's hair is super straight, but the message is loud and clear. She's not just glowing up, she's leveling up. How old was Baylen Dupree when she started having tics? Baylen Dupree has become a well-known figure across social media platforms for her candid, unfiltered, and often humorous look at life with Tourette syndrome. Her openness and energy have not only entertained but also educated millions of followers on what it means to live with a neurological disorder. One of the most common questions about Baylen is, how old was she when she started having tics? Understanding Baylen's journey requires a deeper look into not only her age, when symptoms began, but also how those early signs shaped her experience growing up and eventually sharing her story with the world. Baylen Dupree was born on May 16, 2001, in West Virginia, USA. She grew up in a supportive environment surrounded by friends and family. According to interviews and statements she has shared online, Baylen began experiencing tics at a very young age. Her first noticeable tics began when she was around 5 to 6 years old, although they were initially subtle and easily dismissed. In those early years, her tics included small, repetitive movements, things like eye blinking, facial twitches, and throat clearing. Like many children who develop tics at a young age, these behaviors weren't immediately alarming to her family or doctors. It's not uncommon for young children to have transient tics that resolve on their own. However, in Baylen's case, the symptoms became more persistent and noticeable over time. By the time Baylen was around 7 or 8 years old, the frequency and complexity of her tics had increased significantly. This progression eventually led to a formal diagnosis of Tourette syndrome, TLC, a neurological disorder characterized by involuntary motor and vocal tics. Getting diagnosed can be a complex journey for many people with TS, especially during childhood. The condition is often misunderstood and misdiagnosed. But in Baylen's case, her diagnosis helped bring clarity and a starting point for managing the condition. It also marked the beginning of a lifelong relationship with her tics, one that she would later share so openly with the world. Living with Tourette syndrome as a child presents unique challenges. Children with TS often struggle not just with the tics themselves, but with how they are perceived by peers and authority figures. Baylen has spoken candidly about how her tics affected her social life and school experience. She has mentioned being stared at, misunderstood, or even mocked by others who didn't understand her condition. Despite these challenges, Baylen developed a strong personality and a sense of humor that would eventually become her signature. She learned to embrace her condition instead of hiding it, and this mindset would lay the foundation for her future as a social media influencer and advocate for people with Tourette syndrome. Baylen's popularity exploded thanks to TikTok and other platforms, where she shared unfiltered videos of herself navigating life with TS. Her videos showcase not only her motor and vocal tics, but also her witty personality and positive outlook. This openness helped demystify Tourette syndrome for millions of viewers and gave many others living with tics someone to relate to. She never tries to mask her condition. In fact, she embraces it and uses humor and honesty to highlight both the struggles and the lighter moments. For many fans, seeing Baylen confidently talk about her tics is empowering. It removes stigma and encourages people to learn more rather than make assumptions. One of the things that makes Baylen's story so impactful is that it sheds light on the complexities of Tourette syndrome. TS is often portrayed as simply having funny noises or random movements, but it's far more nuanced than that. Many people with Tourette's, including Baylen, also experience associated conditions such as anxiety, OCD, obsessive-compulsive disorder, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or depression. Baylen has hinted at some of these challenges in her content, further contributing to the understanding that TS is not a one-dimensional condition. Her willingness to show vulnerable moments, from frustration to laughter, resonates deeply with viewers, especially those who have similar experiences. Baylen Dupree started experiencing tics as a young child, but she turned that early experience into a platform for education, advocacy, and self-expression. Rather than being defined by her diagnosis, she used it as a way to amplify her voice and bring awareness to a widely misunderstood condition. Her journey is important not just because she went viral, but because she challenges stereotypes. People often expect those with neurological disorders to hide or tone themselves down for public comfort. Baylen flips that narrative. She's loud, proud, and unapologetically herself. For young children and teenagers beginning to experience tics, Baylen's story offers a powerful message. You are not alone, and you don't have to hide who you are. The fact that she was only 5 or 6 when her symptoms began shows how early Tourette syndrome can manifest and how critical early support and understanding can be. Baylen is not just a content creator. She's an example of resilience, authenticity, and the power of turning personal challenges into a platform for change. Whether she's making people laugh, educating her followers, or simply sharing her day, she proves that having a neurological disorder doesn't mean you have to live in the background. So how old was Baylen Dupree when she started having tics? The answer is around 5 or 6 years old. But what truly matters is not just the age at which it all began, but what she chose to do with that experience. She embraced her tics, found her voice, and inspired countless others to do the same. Baylen Out Loud isn't just a description of her content, it's a celebration of being real, being loud, and being proud of who you are, no matter what challenges life throws your way.